What's going on, everybody? So I've been in my forge just about every night this week, finishing up some Christmas orders. I made a pretty large run of hammers, but I've got them all finished up and I sent them all away. But I did make some tooling for myself and made some rounding hammers, a cross peen hammer. I just wanted to show those. Like this rounder I made for myself. This is about a 3-pound hammer. The lighting's not very good because it's nighttime, so I don't have the daylight coming in here. But yeah, that's a 3-pound rounder for myself. Then a cross peen I made myself too. I think this turned out really nice. This is 3 pounds too, a little over 3 pounds. And then I made a hot cut. It's a pretty stout hot cut. This was actually supposed to be a hammer, but I screwed up some of the fullers, so I just turned it into a hot cut. You know, for myself. And then here's a dog head hammer I made from the end of an axle shaft. I think this is just kind of cool. It's more of just a prototype. It's 3.5 pounds. You know, we'll see how it works. I'm not a big fan of dog head hammers. I don't have a lot of practice using one, but you know, we'll see how it works. And then here's the hammer I made for Ben at Cold Dragon Forge. This is it's a little over 6 pounds, 6 pounds and some change. You know, my home scale said 7 pounds, but I took it to our local metal supermarkets and weighed it on their really nice scale. It's a little over 6 pounds, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this thing turned out, man. This thing's a beast. I call it the high T hammer, man, high testosterone. It's I got to make myself one. I'm really liking this hammer a lot. So that's that. But also, I'm gonna do something kind of cool tonight. I'm not even gonna pretend like I even know what I'm doing, but I got 2 billets here, and these all have. These are some Cu-Mai. They've got some 16th gauge copper in there, and I just using a 1075, some scrap 1075 I had laying around. So I've got 1075 copper, 1075 copper, and 1075. So I've made up 3 billets. I've only got 2 ready to go, but I'm gonna go ahead and start and just we'll see what happens. I'm using this for just tests. Just, you know, I don't want to, you know, use a nice billet and then screw that up. You know, I'd rather just figure out how to do it with a test piece and then go from there. So I thought this would be kind of cool. Been wanting to do this for a while. And you know, there's really not a lot of information about this out there. You know, I couldn't really find anything that was definite. I've seen a couple of videos online, but you know, and I've asked some people, and when you ask people, you get 17 different answers and 17 different ways you should do it. So I figured the best way is just, you know, do some testing, do my own science, and figure it out on my own. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the forge running, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned. All right, well, that was really interesting. I did not know what to expect, and I'm actually pretty happy with the results. So here's the billet, the second test billet I did, and it actually came out really good. I didn't have to grind too far down to get to the copper. I don't know how well you can see that, but I did insert a picture of this one. Like I said, it's nighttime here, so I don't have the daylight, you know, coming in here. But here's the first one I did. And you can see where the copper ran out, but I could probably grind that down further and it'd be fine. But yeah. And this billet, this one I welded all the way around. I didn't put it in a case. This one, I just welded some 16th inch mild steel to the sides of the billet, and then welded up the front. And I will say, if you're not a very good welder or you're not confident, you know, put it in a can, put it in a case, and then weld it up. Don't try to just weld it up, because if there's any little hole, it will find its way out of there. And that's what happened with this one. And even this one too. There was some that came out of the front when I squished it with the press. It just, I hope I caught that on camera, and you guys can see that. But other than that, I used like I said, this is just a test. I used 3/16 1075 and then 16th inch copper. So, you know, I'll be using some thicker material. I've got some 1/8 inch copper too. So when I go to the thicker material, I think I'll go 1/8 inch. I'll be doing 1/4 inch and then 1/8 inch copper, because I'll do 1/4 inch on the outside, probably using stainless or some 15N20, something that's not going to etch dark. So even some mild steel, I don't see why you couldn't use mild steel. And then you know, I'll use 1084 for the core. But other than that, yeah, I definitely learned a lot. It definitely wasn't as hard as, you know, people make it seem. It's just all about temperature control. I mean, a bright orange heat is all you need. Any more than that, you melt it, and you know it's going to find a way out. But I don't know what would happen if, you know, if it was completely sealed, like 100%. I don't know what would happen if it was liquefied and you just kept drawing it out. If you brought it up to like a welding heat and then drew it out, I don't know. Other than that, yeah. So I'll be doing more of this to come. So stay tuned, and appreciate you guys for watching, and y'all have a good night.